Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whatever time you're watching this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. And this video is a little bit different from what I usually talk about. I kind of want to take my content and just be able to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I don't want to have to turn into a political YouTuber or somebody that is strictly speaking on just the government things of the world and all that type of stuff, because that was not my original plan. But stuff is in a space where I'm still gonna have plenty of content to be able to talk about politics and the government and the state of the economy and the world and all that stuff, because it's not so great right now. But without further ado, I think that's how they say it. We're gonna talk about rap music and the toxicity and the majority of rap music, right? Like, now, disclaimer, before I go any further, I make music. I rap, I sing, I write, I produce. So I'm a composer myself. So that's why I'm speaking from a place that I know. Because rap music, it's addicting, right? It's addicting, it's time consuming, and it's programming. Now, I will say again, that's not all rap music. That's why I said most. It's not all rap music. But the majority of rap music, especially the mainstream stuff and the stuff that is pressed on all the kids, all the adults, all the elders, and in between. Now, you got a lot of people that just don't even listen to rap music. But hip hop, rap, all that stuff, it's widely consumed. And if you got billions of views on some rap songs and things of that nature, then obviously it's widely consumed by the public, by the masses. And rightfully so, because like I said, it's addicting. You know, a lot of the tunes are catchy, they're repetitive, it gets stuck in your head easily, and it's good for that. But the bad part and the downside to all of that is their influence. I meant to say influential. They're influential, but a lot of rappers, the majority of rappers and artists that do hip-hop music, no matter how they do it, what style they got, their influence is usually just on some negative stuff, right? It's just negative. And it's telling you, it's basically like chance. You know what I mean? It's chance to tell you to do something. And then they have this flashy lifestyle, you know, with diamonds and money and women and cars and clothes, all the stuff that a lot of people that aren't able to obtain some of those things with just working a regular job, it makes people want to have that. So that means basically, when, especially like for the younger generations, like older people, a lot of older people, they can kind of decipher what they want. But even now, it's almost like the older people are getting brainwashed because they're trying to be like the younger generation, or they're trying to be like what they see on TV, or they see the rappers and even like actors and stuff too. So like the entertainment industry and as a whole has this huge level of toxicity in it. And the problem a lot of times is the fact that their influence is so strong and so big and so powerful that people want to do what they do. People want to be like them, and the majority of the time, they don't even do all of the things their own self that they are pushing on to they're actually pushing onto the public, like a lot of times. So like a great example is like Juice WRLD. If you know much about Juice WRLD, and you've ever listened to any of his interviews where he was talking about Future, the whole reason why he started sipping lean and started getting so heavy into drugs is because he listened to Future. And then it came out when I believe Nicki Minaj and Future, they was having a conversation, and Nicki Minaj basically exposed Future and was like, "You're a lightweight. You know, you don't do some of the drugs." Now, not that he's not a great artist, but in the same sense, it's like, if all you talk about is drugs and people look up to you, and that's your brand, right? That's your brand, that's your whole thing, and people look up to it, then people are going to want to do that stuff because they look up to you. Just like if you rap about killing people all the time. And the thing is, like, you have the mind to be able to change it, but some of these times, or the majority of this time, it's a narrative pushed on by the record labels, because the record labels, they sign you to a contract whenever you talk about this type of stuff, and then they only want you to be able to talk about this type of stuff, and that's what they push, that's what they're going to put money behind, that's what they're going to promote. But if they don't like what you're doing, and you're signed to a major record label, if they don't like what you're doing, then your music doesn't go as far, it doesn't reach as much. Listen to the mainstream stuff. Even if it's an artist that sounds like, you know, they're humble, or they sound like they're not that bad of a person, it's like, when they do that, it's like, I feel like it's almost even worse for the people that seem like they're reachable, pretty much, because it's like, now people really feel like, oh, I can relate to this person so much, I can relate to them, and this is what they're going through. Now, I'm not going to say that some celebrities don't actually do what they say that they do, but I gotta say the majority of them, they don't. Especially the ones that everybody says, oh, I'm a killer, I'm gonna do this to this person, I'm gonna do this to that person, to that and that person. When 9 times out of 10, they probably have security guards, they probably have, a lot of them are felons, probably can't even own a gun, can't touch a gun, be around it, or have to have armed security, to the point where it's like, you can talk as big and as bad as you want a lot of the times, because most of the time nothing's probably going to happen to you, because you're not going to be out of the sight or the way of your security. Now, I'm not saying that anything needs to happen, but I'm just saying the overall issue is that these narratives are running the world and getting into the minds of the youth, and everybody wants to be cool, and everybody wants to be a star, and everybody wants to be a celebrity instead of just being normal. And it's causing, like, brain rot. It's causing people to not think. It's causing children to not think, not want to do anything but be cool. A lot of young men, young women are throwing away their lives because they killed somebody because their favorite rapper said that they did it, but they didn't do it because they're still obviously out here rapping, talking about it. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, because the real people, the real killers and real whatever, 9 times out of 10, they're in prison, bro. They're in jail. So, and then, like, these rappers that keep going to jail and keep getting out, those kids see that, and people see that, and they think, I can go do the same crime as a rapper. I can go do the same crime as this artist that I love, and the same thing's gonna happen to me. But not even realizing, like, they're rich. They have money for court cases. They have money for judges. They have money for whatever. But they also have production teams and everything else. So we don't even know if half of these people are doing what it appears to be. Well, I could say we know that they're not doing everything that they appear to be doing. So with that being said, it's like, it's toxic. It's toxic. It's good and bad, because you have some people saying, you know, rap saved my life. Rap music saved me, stopped me from wanting to commit. You know what? So in that sense, it's good. But in the majority, like the majority of music, that's not what's happening. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to keep supporting it. And I'm a rapper myself, like, so I'm saying this as a person that does this music because I'm guilty of falling under the same guidelines as a lot of this stuff, trying to chase something that was just not me. So I'm over here trying to chase an image, and I'm sure a lot of people are guilty of doing it. And it's like I've tried to chase an image to get some sort of credit, to get, to get whatever, but some sort of recognition, some sort of clout or whatever. But and at the end of the day, the reason why I don't just clout chase or just say anything and just say whatever for the shock factor like I used to is because my thing is, if I'm not accepted the way that I am and what I stand for and my beliefs and my real self, then I don't want to be a part of something that is only based and ran off of negativity and narratives that's going to end up hurting people in the future. Because that's not what I want to do. That's not who I am. And a lot of people are too cool for school to admit that, man, I don't want to put bad thoughts in people's heads that listen to my music, that respect me enough to listen to me, that care enough to hear what I'm saying. So when you got people like that, especially whenever you're in control of the youth and you have influence over impressionable minds, then you should probably try to change. And I know a lot of people can't change because they are tied to a contract. A lot of people can't change. That's the sad part. For a lot of artists, they can't change because they're tied to a contract that says you have to do this type of music or you're out. So at the end of the day, it's really just a conversation. I know much about it's not going to change, but I understand why people have fatigue of rap music. And in the rap music, the majority of it you hear is not even great. It's just a bunch of people mumbling over beats or making onomatopoeias and not making any sense and just being negative. So I'll let you guys pick and choose whoever is like that. But a lot of people, I honestly feel like they just like the beat. But the reason why it's so big as well too is because people don't like to think. People don't like to think for themselves. They just want what's cool, what's shiny, what's new. And that to me is a problem, because not everybody's gonna be able to be at the top of the world. Not everybody's gonna be rich. Not everybody's gonna do something significant in their life that's gonna make them a celebrity. And that should be okay. It should be okay to be a normal person. It should be okay to just be you, instead of trying to chase something and chase somebody, because 9 times out of 10 when you meet celebrities, they're not who they appear to be in their mask, under their mask, or under their character. That's exactly what they are most of the time. They're characters. Because if you go like I do, go under an alias. You see my name is Illy, so I go out under an alias, but that's not my real name, and that's not my real life. Everything that has to do with music doesn't apply to my every single day life at this current moment. So it's just a conversation to just talk about, and some self-improvement. Because even in my music, like, I want to get away from just talking about a lot of the stuff, even though I've been through real stuff that I could talk about in a negative light, or bring it from the negative light to make it sound good and make people want to go through and do what I did. But at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about being your best self, about being your greatest self, and pushing your talent that's given from a higher power. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna start doing more videos like this. If you like the videos like this, that's what I do. I do music, so I want to be able to talk about it in a safe space. So if you happen to see this video, if you don't mind to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I post a video every day or every other day if I'm not able to get to it. If I'm too busy, I post a video every day or every other day. So I got y'all. I love you guys. I'm out.